Hi guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and I probably have things that should be higher priority than this, but I'm gonna record a book haul. So these are a few of the things that have come in my mail recently, most of which I bought. And before I get into the actual haul, I'm going to talk about that a bit because this will probably be my last bought book haul for a while. There are reasons. It's talked about in the bell jar video. I've always said I'm not a fan of bans. I don't believe in banning yourself. I think as soon as you tell yourself that you can't do something or have something, that's the minute that you start feeling like you have to and you crave it and it drives you insane. But basically I'm going to be putting myself on a very strict budget, and I am just flat running out of room. I mean, it's going to be hard to squeeze more books in without shelves collapsing. It gets really frustrating when I'm trying to find a book because I have to pull others off to get to it, and it's not like I'm suffering for things to read. Of course I'm going to still want to buy things. There are things that I really want, but I'm going to try to be a good girl and just not for a while. That said, it's not to say that this is my last book haul. Of course, I will still be having book hauls for review copies and presents. Christmas is coming up, all that, so it's not like there won't be any book hauls. And if my dollar store keeps stocking the good ones, there will be. I'm gonna kind of probably take a little bit of a step back on the book haul front. Just gonna start clicking delete on all of the sale emails that I get from Better World Books and Thrift Books. Just not gonna do it. But anyway, long-winded way of saying, let me go ahead and show you the ones that I have bought. Since I just mentioned Thrift Books, I'll start there. I bought a few books from them recently just because they happened to pop up on my wish list in really good condition for good prices, and they were all from the same seller, which means you get an extra discount. So I went ahead and placed one last little splurge order on some things that I've been wanting. The first is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I've already read this, but it was an e-arc and so it expired, and because I have the other two books signed, I was waiting to buy this. I was hoping that, I'd get to see her, she'd come in town again, and I'd get to buy a copy at the bookstore and have it signed, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon, and I want to be able to reread this before I read book 3, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. And while I was picking it up, I picked up two more from my wish list, including Paper Valentine by Brenna Yovanov, which I'm kind of amazed at myself that I hadn't already bought by now. I love Brenna. I love her stories. I love her writing. I love the worlds and the characters she creates, and this was high on my wish list before it came out. I don't know why I didn't already have it. It just should have happened by now, so very, very excited for this. And Shadowfell by Julia Marillier. We already know I'm a huge fan of her writing. Huge fan of her writing. This just needed to be mine. Again, not sure why I didn't have it already. All of those were former library books. I know some of you don't like former library books. I don't mind them. They do tend to be in better condition, but they do have the stamps and things, which I don't love. Mostly what bothers me about them is fully dependent on the librarian, because some librarians use the most ridiculous tape to stick all of those packaging things on, and some don't. So when it's easy to peel off, I like that librarian. When it's impossible to peel off, I kind of want to throttle them. That's hit and miss with the library books, but I don't mind them, and they're in excellent condition, so it's all good. Moving on. The only other book that I bought recently that comes to mind at least is The Silver Blade by Sally Gardner, which I might have. After I bought it, I was like, wait a minute. I haven't checked yet though, so I'm not sure. If I do, I'll pass it along to someone else, but I got it from the dollar store. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be out much. And lastly, right before I turned on the camera, the mail got here, so we'll go ahead and unbox this. Or unpackage, I guess. This is from Zest Books, and it's for a tour that I'm going to be a part of in November. I want to say the 12th. I think I need scissors. Priority mailer glue. Not messing around. Oh, it has like a poster in it. Oh, it's like a little catalog-y thing. Never mind, not a poster. Take it back. Okay, so a little note about the blog tour I'm joining, which is called the True Stories blog tour. So it's all, memoir-ish things, and they're all fairly short. Some of them are graphic novels, totally different from each other, pretty broad spectrum of the stories themselves, but all true things. So the books are Alice and Frida Forever, A Murder in Memphis by Alexis Coe. This is a recounting of a historical event. It's about two women who were going to run away with each other in the 1800s, late 1800s, 1892. So definitely very frowned upon. And when it didn't happen, the one kind of snapped and murdered some people. So I had not heard of this historical event, but it's something I find really fascinating and I think is going to be pretty damn interesting. So I'm looking forward to this one. I also really like the cover design just across the board. Pretty cool. And then the other book is called Tomboy, a graphic memoir by Liz Prince, which is about, as you'd guess, a tomboy. It's about Liz's sort of journey of realizing that just because she's not the most girly woman doesn't mean that she's not a feminine woman, and kind of taking back the word feminine, embracing that it's whatever she is because she is a woman. I like things about gender dynamics, and though I am not a tomboy, I can be fairly girly. I also really hate it when people act like women who are not stereotypically feminine and girly are somehow less womanly. Nonsense. I'm eager to see how this is treated, and it could be kind of dicey for me because if you flip it the other way and act like because you're a tomboy you're somehow better and a special snowflake and you're not like other women, that drives me nuts too. So if it really is about embracing all aspects of womanhood, whatever they may be, and making it your own and saying, I am a woman, so I am womanly, and that's just it, then it will really appeal to me, and it seems like that's what it's going to be. So, long-winded way of saying graphic novel about gender intrigues me. So I will be talking about both of those in November, and probably reading them pretty soon in this coming month. So make sure you keep an eye out for that if either of those interest you, and I believe there will be a giveaway. So yeah, add that to your calendars. And that's it. That's all for this book haul. I believe, I don't know anymore. I'm so behind in logging things in Goodreads that I'm not entirely sure how many books I have lingering that should have been shown in a book haul and haven't. So yeah, we really need to get back on the bookshelf tour train too. But that's all for now. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching and happy reading. I feel like I just made the craziest face. I do that a lot.